So last Wednesday, there was a shooting of a Daytona police officer. His name is Jason Raynor. Say his name. Say his name. Jason Raynor. He's fighting for his life after being shot in the head. The suspected shooter is Othal Wallace. Rhymes with waffle. Anyway, Othal Wallace was apprehended now at his black nationalist militia camp. Imagine what today's world would be like if that were a white nationalist militia camp. These people are armed to the teeth. Wallace was reportedly hiding in a tree on the Georgia property and was taken into custody without any incident. The suspect in the vicious shooting of police officer, say his name, Jason Raynor, was apprehended by Georgia police at a black nationalist paramilitary encampment. I have news for you. If this story were about a white person, anybody who had, like my ranch, my farm, we shoot guns here. So we have a lot of guns and ammunition because we use it as a sport. I can guarantee you, if the FBI ever marched in to my farm and like, we're confiscating guns, good luck with that, because they were all lost in a lake yesterday. It's weird, isn't it? How they just disappeared. I was just about to call you guys. Anyway, if that were happening, they would call my farm, my ranch, yours. If you have more than 5 guns, you will be classified as a paramilitary encampment. But this one is. The Daytona police officer was shot in the head on Wednesday by Wallace. His alias is Ozone. Oh, my gosh. Isn't that a character in the, what is it, The Incredibles? Isn't it? Isn't Ozone? Anyway, Wallace is being held. Saturday morning, he went in to jail. He's being held for a $200,000 reward. He is charged of attempted first-degree murder. Matter of time, they say, when they found out where he was, the sheriff said it was only a matter of time. We knew the FBI knew where he was on Friday evening, but it took until Saturday morning at 5 a.m. before they marched in because we knew the type of force we would be met with when we served it. Now listen to this. Thank God no other law enforcement officer and no other citizen was hurt, and now he will face the consequences for his action. Do you think that would have happened if this was about a white guy? That they would arrest the white guy and then say, thank goodness. I mean, we knew we could have been, met with all kinds of force because they're armed to the teeth, but they didn't do anything. And so he's going to pay for his action. Hallelujah. We're recognizing the individual. His action, not the group's action. And this is the these are Black Panthers. These are people who said that he actually belongs to, what is it, Stu? The NFA. It's a collection of swear words that is just we're not going to take it anymore. And so he didn't take it anymore. He went up to this police officer, and the police officer said, "Hey, are you a resident here?" And he said, "Why are you asking me if I'm a resident?" And the police should have just rolled up his window and just moved on. But he didn't, because he was doing his job. And he then pulled out a gun and shot the cop in the head. Because that was a pretty tough question. That was a really, don't you think, Stu? I mean,
brutal.
How many times have, people said, Would you like soda with that? Would you like to upgrade your fries? That happens to me all the time, and I can't tell you how many times I just want to shoot people in the head. I'm sorry.
No. Well, we've known that black nationalists have had a really well-sensed sense of just societal norms. They've, I think, blended in well over
when
the
you
years.
When you say Black Panther, I think storytellers. Right. I think outreach to youth. I think charitable organization. Last thing I think of is black nationalists that will shoot cops in the head. That's the last thing.
No, and
even though his one of the groups, one of the people in his group, in fact, one of the leaders, is the guy that says we got to kill all the crackers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, do we really need any crackers? I mean, I think that's clear at this point. We don't need any of them.
No, please say it right. It makes me uncomfortable when you say crackers. I mean, it just screams white. Now, I'm from the hood. Mm-hmm. I'm from the mean streets of Mount Vernon, Washington. Not quite Billings, Montana, but it's still mean down there. And so I know it's cracker. But hey, you do you, boo.
There's nothing that screams the streets more than a town named Mount something. That's pretty much how it works in the hood.
Yes.
In the hood.
Yeah. In the hood.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like why you might have the impression that black nationalists blend in so well with society might be because most corporations have taken their symbolism and instituted it into their marketing plans. So you're kind of seeing it everywhere all the time, the black fist
that's right.
and all that. So you're like, that's a very normal part of our society, when historically, Glenn, a bit of an outlier.
You're right. They are a bit of an outlier. So just so you know, he's a normal guy in every other way other than, shooting the officer in the head. He was arrested, multiple times on domestic battery. But that's why Elon Musk is working so hard on new batteries. Anyway, he had 2 cases that were dropped and another deferred as part of his pre-trial intervention agreement. Didn't seem to work out well. Wallace marched with the NFAC. Anyway. This is the name of their militia. The NFAC. The F is for the word you think it is. He marched in this militia, I guess, in a parade or something. I don't know, in Louisville, Tulsa, and elsewhere, as he's a new member of the new Black Panther Party. He also, police say, they found bulletproof vests, high-capacity magazines, a rifle, a handgun, and boxes of ammo during a search of Wallace's apartment. So, gosh, if we just banned ammo and guns, this wouldn't have happened. A blue alert has been issued for the armed and dangerous Wallace, and the Daytona Beach police chief says more than 500 officers were engaged in the search for him. But now that they got him, it's going to go through this white supremacy court, and you think he's going to get a fair trial? I mean, yes, he's on videotape shooting the officer in the head, but what else do they have?